Bitcoin and Cardano are seeing a short-term bounce right now, but bounce or no bounce. Right now, with the state of the crypto markets, everyone should be sure that they do not miss the boat. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. I appreciate you coming by. Let's jump into the Bitcoin Cardano video. We're going to start with this. I just tweeted this a little bit ago. It's very simple. Don't miss the boat. Bitcoin, ADA, whatever altcoins you're in, just don't miss the boat. Zoom out on the markets. This entire video is not financial advice. This is my approach to the markets. But the years and years that I've been in crypto and we've survived so many dips, we've survived on this YouTube channel an entire bear market. The key is to not miss the boat. The way to miss the boat is to get wrapped up and distracted by the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that is always out there in crypto, whether we're hitting all-time high or we're hitting all-time low, whatever, it doesn't even matter. The key is to not fall into that emotionality of crypto. So that's where we are. And the reason I tweeted that is because when we're starting to look at crypto, let's start with Bitcoin. It's this. This is Bitcoin on the charts, zoomed out on the weekly. You can't, I guess you can. I can't talk about a bear market. We can't confirm a bear market with this chart. We're in the middle of a bull market. If you remember, this was a huge macro Fibonacci bounce. I'm not going to chart it, but it was a 1618 line on the macro. Bitcoin bounced off of for continuation into this bull market. We know the bull market doors back here last November. And since, it's just been higher lows on the weekly macro chart. There hasn't been even even a confirmation from a moving average standpoint, meaning if you remember, this was 6 days ago. I tweeted this when Bitcoin was hovering 2% above the 50-week moving average. We were watching to see how the weekly closed, and you can just see if we zoom in on the weekly closed above. We're not far above right now, right? We're really not. And so far on this new weekly candle, there's 4 days, 4 hours. But right now, on this weekly chart, that's a pretty promising wick, right? Touching and going below that 50-week moving average. We want to see Bitcoin. Would be great to see this close in the green, which really would bring Bitcoin before the end of the week above $50,000. Would be phenomenal. But right now on the weekly, Bitcoin's in an uptrend. Long-term investors, we know from on-chain metrics, are accumulating. In dips like this, it's the short-term investors that are losing, that are selling, likely at losses. And the story is the same. We have to continue tracking Bitcoin. So this is the support Bitcoin has bounced off of. This is a midterm support area. That last higher low, swing low, this was back in September, to the all-time high. We have this Fibonacci support that Bitcoin retraced to. It's just probably the most commonplace thing in Bitcoin. At the very least, just testing these areas. Not always seeing support at these areas, and we still have to track it because Bitcoin is in between the 618, just under 51,000, and the 786, just above 45,000. Bitcoin's in between those areas. It's testing support still, but Bitcoin always tests these areas. We see it time and time again, these higher low environments. Here's the last one. And then we could even chart this. Not sure Bitcoin touched it, but it certainly approached it. Swing low back here to swing high. And you can see Bitcoin didn't touch it, but hovered just above it, putting in a higher low at the end of the day. So we're watching that for Bitcoin right now in this current Fibonacci. And what I want to see, the confirmation I really want to see for Bitcoin, and it's a nice daily candle. Yesterday it was a green candle as well. I'm doing this video now because not because Bitcoin has made or even Cardano has made just an epic, ridiculous move. I'm not making the video because of that. I'm doing it because now that there's a slight move to the upside, what can we anticipate? What's the bullish confirmation that we're really looking for? And for me, it's this. First off, Bitcoin escaping this Fibonacci. So right now, let's call it $51,000 at the 618. Bitcoin getting above that area. And then it needs to escape this entire area, right? It needs to get separation. So that 20-day moving average sitting just above Bitcoin, right, just below 52,000. So $51,000 to $52,000 area for Bitcoin could prove to be resistance. I want to see Bitcoin break through that, start getting separation. And then on the midterm, we have to the upside, the Fibonacci, where we want to see Bitcoin at the very least test, right? And that is swing high to swing low that we just put in and hopefully are putting in. And then to the upside, instead of support, we're looking at resistance, the bullish confirmation for Bitcoin to break. That is 58,000 up to $63,000. That's that 786 to the 618. We want to see Bitcoin break that area for just that midterm bullish continuation, bull market continuation confirmation. But right now in the short term, 51 to $52,000. That's the key area. It'll be very nice to see if Bitcoin can just make a quick move to that area. And it is a quick move. It's like nothing. It's 2, 5. It's like 4 to 6% for Bitcoin to start testing those areas. That can happen very quickly. So that's Bitcoin. Very important for crypto markets in general. Let's pivot to Cardano. I'm not going to read the whole tweet, but I think it's important to always underline my Cardano technical analysis with this. It is, in my opinion, the best early stage opportunity in crypto. It's just that simple. We zoom out on the weekly chart all of the time. In terms of the weekly, what I want to point out is this. And we've been talking a lot about this with Cardano. Oversold on the stock RSI. We know historically what has happened in these environments most often. So we want to be prepared for a macro bounce at these levels. But if you're also looking at this, right, we obviously we want to see the MACD start leveling out. We want to see the histogram finally make a bounce to the upside. Nowhere near green yet, right, in terms of the histogram, but we want to see the bounce occur. And I truly think it's going to happen eventually. But on the weekly chart, if you look at these candles, it's indicative of some demand, right? For the last 3 weeks in this range down here below 130, there's been some demand. You can see it in these weekly wicks. We want to see that continue. It would be epic to see just a really solid bullish green candle with a nice long wick on this current weekly candle. But again, 4 days, 4 hours, we have to watch. We can zoom in on the charts and start looking at Cardano. And I wanted to just look at the daily chart and just really, let's point this out real quick. On the MACD, we have this MACD line crossing above the red line, the signal line, and it just happened on this MACD on the daily chart. I think that's an important move we should pay attention to. If we're looking at it, even the green uptick on the histogram right there, it hasn't been green in about 1 month, right? November 15th was the last time it was in green, and it was actually coming down. Hasn't entered green since the beginning of November. Now, notice that happened at the beginning of November, right? And this is what that move looked like. But it was still failure. It was lower high failure for Cardano. So that MACD move back then wasn't an immediate signal of bullishness. So you want to be careful. You can't just use one indicator, but you can see how it at very least brought Cardano to test key areas before continuing down. Will this move at the very least bring Cardano to test key areas before we really get a confirmation? And that's what we're waiting for with Cardano. If we go to Cardano on the 6 hour, there is so much going on, and that makes it so much more simple to track Cardano and everything happening, because we can visualize, we can anticipate different scenarios, we can just prepare our portfolios, our minds, our mentality, everything, because we have a picture on the screen. It's a roadmap. It's why I do technical analysis. It's so helpful. So here's where we are. I know I've been repeating it. This is the descending triangle. Cardano has hit the target out of to the downside. It took like a couple months for us to hit the target. We knew it was there. We knew it was available. At the same time, it also broke this lower trend line of pretty much a falling wedge, right? So there's the falling wedge and hit the target of around $1.20 perfectly. It's no surprise it's been consolidating in this very range, right? I know I mentioned that a lot, but I can't highlight enough how often this happens. Targets are hit, and then the thing, whatever it is, Bitcoin, Cardano, whatever, consolidates in that area, and then we start looking for structure. We start looking for support. We start looking for resistance. We start looking for a bounce in this case, right? And so far, we're there. But again, I'm doing this video because you don't want to get too excited. It's a nice 6 hour green candle, but on the way down, we have been here time and time again. Cardano has been here time and time again. There's always these like nice little moves to the upside. Boom, boom, boom. But they always, not always, but in the last few months have really played out to be lower highs, right? And that's kind of where we are right now. On the very short term, if you want to look at the 6 hour chart, we can take this previous swing high to that swing low right there. And you can see Cardano not even in the lower high Fibonacci resistance. So though it is at $1.33 as I do this video, that resistance, lower high resistance, is the 618 around $1.33 to the 786 around $1.37. Cardano on the short term, can it break at the very least that area? That's that first short-term confirmation we're looking for, because other than, this one move all the way back here towards the beginning of November, all the way back here, Cardano's just been in this lower high, just downtrend, right? And it does these fake outs where people get excited, and this could be one of them. And we have to be very careful of that. But I thought doing a video while this is happening, it's a nice 6 hour candle, I thought would really be a good idea to paint the technicals, to paint an idea and a visualization of where resistance is. And it's right here. Cardano hasn't given any type of bullish confirmation. It's a nice 6 hour candle, but there's nothing to get all hyped up about right now. We want to see if Cardano can break this range $1.33 to $1.37 at the very least. Now, if we're zooming out on the chart, Cardano has a ways to go. Let's go to actually to the daily chart and just check this out. The first key area we want to see Cardano break really is all the way up here at around $1.43, the 20-day moving average. We want to see Cardano get there. If we start getting in that vicinity, Cardano will be breaking lower highs on the 6 hour and simultaneously getting back above a really key moving average that has proved resistance since Cardano saw that all-time high. And there it is. It just keeps it. Cardano just can't get above and separate above the 20-day moving average. So that's that first step, $1.43 on Cardano. Can Cardano bulls step in, turn this game around? All that I know is zoom out on the charts. For me, it's just zoom out on the charts. I know the story that's being told here. I think it's a powerful one. You all know I'm very invested in Cardano and the ecosystem, everything being built. And after a drop like this, I think opportunity is so huge for everyone to kind of find their way into what I would say is the best opportunity in crypto. People call me a shill. This is just I'm just a guy out here. It's my opinion. It's my interest. It's where I am. It's where my head's at. So I appreciate everyone coming by today. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is it going to be a fake out, or will Cardano, will it break this lower high trend and break this lower high resistance right now, $1.33 to $1.37? Let's track it. Let's see. Have an awesome day, and God bless.